Hi, hello everybody. I'm going to be doing a tutorial today. Today I'm just going to be going over, as my first tutorial, over the stuff that I do when it comes to drumming. I'm in a dejent metal band that is in progress. The music we play is dejent, as I said, metal, exactly. But because I drum in different forms than a drummer that plays a certain type of music, I play like Brian Dale. I like to do a lot of rolls and a lot of fills and a lot of grooves. I like to do a lot of dejent grooves, and I like to do like what Chris Alger does, is a lot of accent hits, and use my techniques of both the Brian Dale side of me and the Chris Alger side with the Meshuggah, the dejent side of me, and use cymbal variation. Not like a standard dejent where you only need to use like a crash or a china, and it's like the same thing with a groove. There's like a groove involved with that, whatever it may be. But I like to make like a dejent groove where I can actually use the cymbals variation of like the small splash, the tiny splash I got here, the china splash, and then that splash up there. There's crash, hi-hat over here. There's the new crash I got over there, crash, bell, whatever. But for these four small cymbals here, I like to use them in my variation. I like to take a regular groove, that you would see in like a Lamb of God song or any song that's got like a regular groove that uses the use of real snappy, quick hits with these and use dejent. Now I'm going to go over what I do when I play dejent music and some of the grooves that I do. Of course, there are some grooves I do that I've actually made names for that are very odd for you not knowing what they are. The first thing we're going to go over is what we do when it comes to double bass. That's the first thing I'm going to go about. The one technique I do is I usually keep my foot about right here where it covers the iron of the cobra. It covers iron and it's not anywhere up here. But when I do a groove, I go to 3 spots when I'm doing a fast groove. I start off up here with my foot flat. I move my foot up when I'm doing this, and of course when you see the groove I do, you'll know that what it is I'm doing. I'll put it up and I'll eventually have a time and period when my left foot is down, my right foot will come all the way up on a hit right against it, and then it will come back down. But it normally starts here. Now my foot on the left, whenever I'm doing a groove like this, and when I get into a groove that's like a, like what a dejent groove will be, and I will go over what that is. When you see, of course, what a dejent groove will be, at that time, obviously you will then know, what it, then at that time you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. But what I basically do is I switch between one foot going up, and then on the next note, my left foot stays flat. My whole foot goes into it to get a hit instead of my foot going like that, I get a whole foot. And then this foot goes. Sounds like I'm doing is this. But I'm not doing that. What I'm actually doing is instead of, okay? Instead of, instead of it continually going, instead of going like this, do-do-doom, 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 da-da-da-doom, da-da-da-doom, da-da-da. Instead of going like that, it's like da-da-doom, 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 da-da-doom. It's like basically in 3 times. Okay, so it's like this. Instead of. That's in 4 times. Instead of going left, right, left, right, left. Left, right, left, right, left. Left, right, left, right, left. It's going left, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left. Okay, and obviously that's what I'm doing on my feet. So when I'm actually doing that, you can see that this foot will go here, like this. Okay, so this foot starts off where it is, and it goes like this, from here. So while one foot's up, one foot's down. So the double bass, that's just an example of a technique. That's just an example of something that could prove the technique where you put your one foot up and your other foot goes down and you go back and forth. So my feet, that's just demonstrating how I take my feet and I use them up and down. Okay. Anyway, that's just showing you how that works. Now we're going to get to an actual groove that I do. An indigent groove, it's basically an offbeat groove where usually one item out of the three, which is your, usually in this case, it would be your china, your kick drum, and your snare drum, where one is going to be the stationary. Now usually your cymbal is the one that's going 1, 2, 3, 4. But it's the foot pedal reaction going in threes over a 4 note that changes to a 3 note on the drum between the bass drum and the snare drum is what causes it to seem like it's going in and out of all time, because you're actually hitting the 4 note, which would be every, single note on. But it's not this. It's not the china that makes it the dejent groove. It's actually the foot pedals and the snare drum work. Now when I do this dejent groove, I do a thing where I go from the snare drum to add a little accent. First time, and I'm going to play the groove once, and then go over what the groove actually does, or how the groove actually sounds. Okay? So here's what I do in slow motion. Okay? Mid-tempo. Okay? And then fast up. into the groove. Go over with the bass drum and the foot pedal. Okay? This is with the bass drum. Parts of it. The one part where it goes with a note, da-da-da-da-doom, z-z-zoom. Alright, the first part, when it goes like this. Okay, so it goes like this. That's how the first part goes. Now as for the China keeps going. Take a look at what the bass drum does real slow. So it goes like this. That's basically what it does in the bass drum part. Now, I'm going to get into the next thing I do, once you've learned that groove, is something I call a boom blast. It's like a gravity blast, but it's where you use the ride cymbal. And basically what you do with the ride cymbal is you go from the ride cymbal to the snare drum like you would a gravity blast like this. I'm going to do it slow. A gravity blast, of course, you can either do it where it's the right and the left, high speed. Now for me, I don't do it where they, most people do like I'm not even, I don't even have a clue what that is. I have no idea. I mean, I know what it is. I just, I just fuck up at it. It's not good. So I just use my hand. I don't even think I use my wrist when they tell you to use your wrist, because I don't use it a lot to go that fast. But for what speed I do, I go like that. I actually turn my entire hand sideways like this, rather than have it forward. And I hold my fingers in a weird way for this to happen. Is I hold these two fingers on here, and I lay my other finger like I'm almost using a pen. Like I'm handing, like I'm an artist, and I'm very neatly, like, very gently painting on something. And I hold them like that. will move between these two fingers and bounce back on this one to come quickly down. And I don't go much faster than that. But for me, I'm one of those drummers that you know how it's harder to be able to go faster with just one hand. But when you're doing it when you're actually doing it using the other hand, then you're able to go faster. Then, of course, there's a gravity blast where you're doing this, and instead of going like this on the ride and going between the two, you're just going like that. Now, this thing I do is a variation of being able to do a gravity blast faster, where you go from the ride back to the snare drum and setting on going. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But it's ride. So it's so this is going like this. This is going. And then it gets real fast. Triplets version. Now the triplets version is different. I usually do the triplets version. Okay? So I do the triplets version. Okay? And then I just use my feet like I went. Something like that, which is better with a bell sound, I usually want to have my ride as closely to me as possible to hit the bell without reaching that far, or just do it on the ring part. Okay? Or do it on the bass drum. Dejent drumming, put a dejent groove in there. Now let's try dejent groove. It's basically the same thing, but just with the